Next segment. I think this is from Black Club. Oh, it's from Chalkbeat. My apologies. In Chicago, the debate over school police isn't over. It's just quieter. That's right. It's still going on, even though it's kind of disappeared from the headlines. Let's get into a couple quotes. Last summer, amid rolling protests over racial justice and policing, Chicago Public Schools punted the decision about whether to keep police in the buildings to individually elected councils that govern most district-run schools. That means groups made up of parents, students, school leaders, and community members were forced to quickly make a big decision on the controversial issue, most often to keep officers on campus, Now, wait a minute. Remember, we just talked a few segments ago, ladies and gentlemen, about how the mayor is against the community commission, elected community commission, with real power and control over the police department. In this section, in this issue, she did the reverse because she's a hypocrite. She pushed to the local school boards. Oh no, let them figure it out. Let them make their own decisions. Wait a minute. The community can make their own decisions for stuff you don't want to have political liability for. But when it comes to accountability over the police department, oh no, that has to reside with me. How do you get any more hypocritical than that? It's hypocrisy at its best. I mean, it's so Chicago, it's ridiculous. I'm an outsider. I'm a progressive. I'm different. I'm going to do good things, and we're going to do this and that. Zero. Zero, ladies and gentlemen, zero. Let's move on. This year is different, as LSC deliberations will be supported by a recommendation of a district commission steering committee consisting of 5 education advocacy organizations: ARC at St. Sabina, Build, Inc., Community Organizing for Family Issues, Mikvah Challenge, and Voices of Youth in Chicago, or VOICE. They continue. The committee's report doesn't recommend keeping SROs, school resource officers, or cops in schools, or scrapping them, even though some of the groups involved have also campaigned to have SROs removed from schools. Instead, the purpose of the report is to help LSC, local school council members, think through their approach to school safety shaped by concepts such as trauma-informed practice and crisis response. From there, the LSCs consider whether and how SROs, as well as alternatives such as holistic or restorative justice techniques, might fit in. That sounds pretty good, right? That sounds pretty good. It continues. While there are more resources available, the conversation is still weighty, participants say, and also still contentious, and tests the limits of volunteer LSCs, whose members are more accustomed to advising principals on issues such as schools' annual academic plan. That's right. The mayor's forced this decision on people who don't have the resources to do it. Why? Because she doesn't want the political liability over it. She thought she was going to lose the decision en masse, so she broke it up into all the local LSCs so that she figured she would win most of those. So we have people, she punted a major decision that should have been her responsibility to make to all these LSCs so she wasn't politically liable. She just wanted political cover. And in the process, you're going to have a haphazard, school by school by school difference in how these things get dealt with by LSCs that are ill-equipped and not subject matter experts on the issue, so they're going to have to deal with it, all to cover the mayor's butt. It's just sad. It's not something you would expect from the head of the Police Accountability Task Force.